Welcome back. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. And yes, this morning we are diving deep into the world of tech and how tech and startups have been able to shape not just the Nigerian business environment and spearheading the advancements, but also taking a look at how some tech startups have been able to shape advancements in the Western countries. Yes, the program is Good Morning Abuja, and this morning I am joined by Mr. UGOCHUKWU AKOGHASI. Good morning, and thank you for coming on the program.
Good morning, sir, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, Mr. AKOGHASI here is a tech expert, somebody who has made himself available to be able to give back some of those things he has acquired through the years by way of knowledge to the younger generations who are coming behind. And that is why, as the CEO of CampServe Camera Zone and Technologies, he's better suited to talk about empowering these youths of these days, as the Nigerian youths, to be able to get tech knowledge so as to drive startups that will change the narrative of this beautiful country, Nigeria. So you're welcome once more.
Thank you, Laban.
All right. So we are talking about Nigerian youths, and we're talking about tech startups as well as innovation as a pathway to reducing youth restiveness. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, and they say over 60% of this population are young people. So what that means is that uh, on every street corner, at every balcony, if you look, you'll find a youth who is doing nothing, basically, just standing there because he has nothing to do. Are the ones that would have to do all this work. The older ones will only give guidance. You started something already. You are already trying to give back some knowledge that you've gathered through the years. But let us now look at first tech startups and innovations. What, in your own opinion, now is considered tech startups, and how can they drive the innovations that we need to advance this country?
Thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate you for calling me. This is the biggest challenge we have now. The youths, and the youths have to be engaged. There are a lot of ways to encourage youths into in this era of technology. First, we have to make provisions for tech development. Tech development, which means encouraging technical education.
Okay.
Technical education in our schools, in our universities, in our colleges, so that they can be able to understand software, photography, website design, robotics. Because whatever we are saying without educating the youths and inputting those skills in them, we have not started. And also, the second one is, by when we educate them, we expose them to the online teachings too. There are a lot of teaching platforms online, like the Coursera, like I'm not doing that for them, but we have to embrace those digital schools. And also, we encourage them to be entrepreneurs. That is, first of all, we teach them, then we encourage them to be, and then they will participate.
Amazing. When you talk about the Nigerian youths, it seems like we try to paint the youth as being indolent, as if they do not want to do anything. But we know they are challenged. In your perspective, what are some of these challenges that they could be facing when they want to get into the tech industry? Say they want to get this knowledge you talk about from our universities, our colleges, down to even the Coursera online classes and all of those. What are those things that could inhibit them from maximizing the potential that these platforms provide?
Thank you very much. The issue is this. I have told you before, The biggest ignorance on earth is not what you don't know, but what you don't know that you don't know. The youth have to be carried along. They are exposed and they have some limitation. So digital exposure, technology enhancement. First of all, the ones that are already on it, they have to be encouraged. The ones that are limited have to be educated so that they can harness this all-encompassing industry. The whole world, the multimedia is number one. And there is no competition. These youths have to open their eyes, and we open their eyes even when they refuse to open. I'll give you an example. Somebody is doing BA Hausa. He's complaining, bitter, because he say government this, government that. No, he can open a Zoom platform and be teaching Hausa to people in the US and make $3,000 a month. He doesn't need, he doesn't need that any expertise. What he just have to do is use his phone or her phone, create a Zoom account, create social media account, get internet, be on Instagram or Facebook or what, and advertise what he or she can do. In first year, he or she can train himself. But the challenge is like what I said. Most of the time, we have to bring them from that dogma of complain and blame. Because the biggest challenge we are having is criticism, complaint, castigation, and a lot of things associated with life. And the person will now become, as if to say, is restive. But when he has a focus and a direct focus and is directed to discover the potentials in him and around him, the youths will kick off. So they need encouragement. Also, we have to, when we encourage them, we provide the necessary things possible. What is it? Community awareness. Calling them, starting seminars, workshop, competitions. Then they will know that there are the opportunities available and they can harness it. So I'm talking to the youth now. None of them should think that is incapacitated. It's just like a loose man's game. No matter your age, no matter whatever, you can be on the social media, learn constructive skills and productive skill, and move forward with your life. The bundle you use in watching these things can also give you so much money because you get educated digitally and then practice the digital, be participating and participate in the digital economy.
Amazing. You see, there are so many potentials in the tech industry, and that is what Mr. UGOCHUKWU is trying to point at us. Let's quickly go on a short break now. There's so much I have to ask Mr. UGOCHUKWU to share with us, especially as it concerns how we can leverage on technology to be innovative, so as to have startups that we can say, yeah, we're competing now with the big boys or around the world. Let's take this short break. We'll be back shortly. Sure, that was an interesting clip. You saw how activities, their podcasts, getting youth involved in the things that they can do, and even talk about, just talking about the regular things happening in their life, and see how it's hitting different parts of the world and eliciting reactions. The world is truly a global village. Let's continue our conversation now. Now, normally when we talk about innovations and tech, we're quick to point at people like the founder of Facebook, and we say, hey, there is a Facebook, and we talk about tech startups, and we look at Elon Musk and say, hey, CX, and all of those things. Then we come to Nigeria, and we know we have some very, very bright Nigerians who have also done startups. We see OPay not really having branches, but so many accounts. We've seen Airbnb. We've seen Uber not having cars, yet people are booking rides through Uber. Now, these startups and the way they've gone about it has revolutionized how people see the world or interact with the world. I now want to pick your thoughts. I want you to tell us what other startups do you think are there to impact the blue economy as a way of stimulating the communities now to change, to push their children, the youths, to get them involved in this knowledge seeking. You see, we have a big problem. We hear of Yahoo Yahoo. It's not the absence of the knowledge that's not there. It's the proper guidance to the knowledge. So share with us some of those things.
Thank you, Laraban. The blue economy is so big. And as you said, the X, the Elon Musk, yes, the biggest challenge in life is for you to sit down and want to get to the top without starting. There must be a starting point. And the way we are looking, the way it's being done is this. The young ones, there are a lot of workshops, there are a lot of platforms which they can key into. As I've said, learn. Then they become entrepreneurs. When they become entrepreneurs, then they will participate in the digital economy. The participating in the digital economy means, okay, I can have an Instagram page, John and Peter and Sons. What happens? You are selling clothes. You don't own any boutique. You go to people that are selling clothes, snap the pictures of their clothes, put it on your Instagram page, and you are already an entrepreneur. I showed you just somebody that came for you service. He has iPhone 12. He's living in Guarimpa. He's complaining. Why? There is a woman in a decent environment cooking food. What does he do? Go to that woman, please, ma'am, I want to be a partner. Snap every food, their board, everything, put it on an Instagram page of his or her Facebook. Before you know it, I'll give you 3 months. You will sell better than that woman, more than that woman, because the people that will patronize her are the people that don't have time, but have the money. Immediately they confirm that the environment is good and there is decency. We start getting orders, mega orders. We have a board meeting. Can I have 500 plates? What is she or he investing? Basically, only bundle. She is investing only bundle, and bundle is cheap. The Uber and every other person, they are paying for it. So I want the youth to know there is a light at the end of the tunnel, on condition that you recognize the tunnel. Because most of the time, the biggest challenge we have is to sit down and complain, criticize, instead of thinking ahead. Can I give you an example of a critic?
Okay.
And a critic is a man that knows the road, but he cannot drive. And he doesn't even know the destination, but he is aware of it. So he's in front, the driver is driving. But what is he contributing?
He's complaining.
Complaining. He doesn't even know the road, in fact, very well. Neither does he know the destination. So for constructive criticism, okay. But when it becomes criticism, this is this. No. You can't be feeding your spirit, your mind with criticism. You have to be focused. Focus being that you have to go and look at yourself. Every failure you have, and you want to call it a challenge, you have to convict yourself first. But if you think it's a problem, you start blaming others. But when you accept it as a challenge, which means you know that what will make you is inside you, you are bound to success. And that is why I used to tell you that most of the time we want to encourage people to do what? Not to think out of the box, but to carry the box.
Well, we're running out of time, but I need to ask this. Now the government and the private sector, how do they come in supporting Nigerian youths to delve into tech startups and and be able to have innovations that would drive this economy, this blue economy?
Thank you very much. Government can play a very good role. First of all, the tech sector is not a complex thing. It's all encompassing. Building collaboration. The government can bring in private sectors to encourage the youths. In synergy, there are a lot of money they use in advert and other things. They can cut it and empower the young ones.
Okay.
In collaboration with the government.
Okay.
By having tech hubs and incubators, so that kids or youth can come and showcase their ideas and exposing them to what the digital economy is and the creative nature of it. It's the biggest industry in the world now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So you've talked about tech hubs. I wanted to ask you what relevance those tech hubs play, especially given the fact that we saw one of the tech hubs built by the government in Kano destroyed and looted during the last protest. But now let's talk to the youths generally, and because we're running out of time, your advice to the Nigerian youths that intend to get into this tech space, what would it be?
My advice to them is follow the right people and have a good and constructive mindset. Avoid evil. Don't blame anybody for your challenge. Be focused and discover yourself. If you can discover yourself, you will succeed.
That's amazing. If you can discover yourself, you will succeed, says our guest on the show this morning, Mr. UGOCHUKWU AKOGHASI, CEO, Camera Zone and CamSAF Technologies. It's been a pleasure having you on the show this morning.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and our conversation this morning has been on about the Nigerian youths, tech startups, and innovation as a way of boosting the blue economy and getting us up to speed technological wise, so that we'll be able to say, hey, we're not just great because we have the numbers or because we are blacks. No, we are great because we are built that way by God, infused with all the necessary things to keep us ahead. The program is Good Morning Abuja. Let's quickly go on this musical break. When we come back, we'll bring you so much more on the show. Stay with us.